Hello investors, I'm Stuart Kruse and welcome to Kruse Asset Management's Trading Tuesdays. And normally I talk about some fundamental stocks, maybe some pair trades, what should you buy over something else. But today we're going to talk about some technicals, so call this Technically Trading Tuesday. And what are technicals? Well, technicals are no more or nothing different than patterns that a price chart will form. And if you believe that pattern is going to continue, then perhaps that becomes self-fulfilling. And 2/3 of the market trades on technicals because technicals tends to be more of a short-term indicator. So what does that mean? So let's take a look at, let's go to the chart here. I've got up on the chart here Amazon. And what a technical indicator would be is you can see here we hit a high and then a low and a high. This is a higher high, and a higher high, and a higher high, and a higher high, and a higher high. Okay? When markets form higher highs and higher lows as you go along this pattern, then that tends to be self-fulfilling because people believe that that stock will continue to go up and that demand will be greater, and supply and demand means you have greater demand, less supply, that increases the price. So conversely, when you start to form lower lows, and the technicals or the algorithms suggest that, hey, this stock is going on a downturn, then it starts selling off into that downturn when you form lower highs and lower lows. And so as you start selling off, you get greater supply, which causes the price to drop, which causes more decline, more lower lows, and more supply. So it becomes self-fulfilling until the fundamentals take over and valuations become too strong. So right now we have up on the chart Amazon, and this is what's basically called a flag pattern in the sense that you have a lower highs and then some higher lows forming, and these two trend lines are kind of coming at a convergence. And typically what happens is this will break out one way or the other. When it breaks out of this pattern, then that will be either bullish or bearish if it breaks out of one of these particular trend lines. So you can see from some of these FANG names, we got Amazon. I'm going to put up Facebook right here. I drew some trend lines in prior to this. Facebook's coming up. You have higher lows, lower highs. You have a convergence of this trend line. It looks like it's trying to break out, but it broke out to that more recent number. So it hasn't really broken through this trend line yet. So we still don't know what direction to go in at that point. We're looking for a clear-cut direction. Now this is Microsoft. Microsoft, again, seems to be in this kind of channel here, and we wait as this channel narrows and you get a movement one way or the other. Now what has broken out is PayPal. So I'm going to bring PayPal up here. This was trading in a channel, as you can see, and now it looks like it's broken out of this particular channel. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for these breakouts. And so of those stocks that I just listed, whether it was Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, or PayPal, it looks like PayPal has broken out to the upside. And so that looks like it's on its way. Other stocks, let's say like Nikola, you can see we have trend lines down. It looked like it broke up, and then you have these gaps lower. That can be problematic for Nikola. Where conversely, Tesla, you could, if I were to draw this flag pattern here for Tesla, looks like it was going right through here, and there's a flag pattern that goes up to there. But clearly, it broke out of this flag pattern, and then it's off to the races. So that's what we're looking for with the other charts I showed you, was it to break out of this flag pattern. And then had you bought Tesla here at 447, you would have had the 150-point return. So that's a 30% move up in just a few weeks. So, you know, when you have these very volatile stocks, sometimes these flag patterns work. And at the end of the day, the market trades in the short term on technicals and the long term on fundamentals. So you should probably know your technical patterns as well as understanding the fundamentals of the stocks. So this is Stuart Kruse with Kruse Asset Management's Technical Trading Tuesday, helping and hoping that you can live your life with the odds in your favor.